Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, carrying on with the quick vid tutorials for the G7P, we are now moving on to dual rate. So, what would you use this for? Basically, if you've got your RC set up and every time you turn full left or right, the entire RC is sort of spinning round on itself, so you've got too much steering. Now, you can go in, you can set all your endpoints, you can dial it out that way, but steering dual rate is a really easy way to do this. So, basically what we need to do, if we set this to on, then what I would do just to make your life easier, if we come out that menu, and then we want to go into assignment. So you want to set it to one of the dials. So if we go in there, set it to VR2, so it's down where your thumb will be able to get it. And then change to steering rate. So if we do that, and then switch. So if we go SW1 function on, and steering rate. So now we've got set on this little dial here, and you can see the screen's changed to 50%. So we can set the steering dual rates now to anything we like between 0 and 50. So if you look, when we steer with the dual rate set to 50, we've only got 50%. Hit that button and then you've got full steering. Hit it again, back to whatever your rate's set at. But what we can do is, while you're driving around, you can move VR2. So if I move that to full extent, and then you can just move VR2 to change the amount that you want to dial in or out. So you could say set it to, this is a lot harder when I'm looking through camera, but I'm going for about 80%. So if you just slowly back it down a bit at a time, you'll get to the point where you reach the maximum amount of steering that you're going to get without the car constantly trying to switch ends when you steer. Can be very useful on a track. It can also be very useful if you're bashing around on a field and if your car is steering too much and it's constantly switching ends, or if it's got a higher centre of gravity and your car's constantly flipping over. You can dial this down to 80 or 70%, take some of the sharpness out your steering and stop your car switching ends or flipping over. Then the way we've got it set up, just at a push of a button, straight back to 100. And you can see on the steering whether it's on or off and which it restricts it. So just a very quick and simple way of using dual rates. Basically you can do exactly the same for throttle. So if you wanted to set it up instead of for the steering, so if you wanted to set dual rates for your throttle, you can basically go into menu and you can set this for forward and brake, so throttle and brake. But if you don't, you can set it to a button and a dial exactly the same way as we've done steering, or if you say wanted to borrow somebody your car or let them have a go on it, you can just dial in a certain percentage at throttle. So if you wanted to restrict it right down, you can just drop to 30% throttle and then you'd set this to on. Or if you find that you're constantly rolling over when you brake, you can just come in here and set the dual rate for brake down. So drop it to say 80%. and then turn that on. And again, with all these, you can come out and you can go into your switches and dials, and you can basically set whatever you want. So if we go on switch, go to switch 3, which is the 3 position one. So on switch 3 you could set function to throttle rate switch to turn it off, on and off, or throttle brake switch. You can remove alt functions. Basically you can set it to whatever you like. So if we wanted to set it to throttle rate, so with the switch on, we've got us throttle restricted to 30%. So switch off, full 100%, switch on, nice and easy, restricted to 30%. Just to slow the vehicle down, let one of your friends or family have a go with the RC nice and safely, and they're not going to run into things or break things or lose control of the car. But you can set these to either throttle or the brake, depending on what you wanted it set to. But hopefully that explains the dual rates and what you might use them for, and just give you some idea of how to use the G7P. But thanks a lot for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share to friends and family, and I'll catch you guys again in the next one.